City Hall Council chambers. If I could have everybody rise to say the pledge of allegiance. Remove your head here, please. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. On the agenda tonight, we do have a couple of additions, which would be addition E4.2, which is 2025 private dock applications, and also G.5, which is approved purchase agreement for right-of-way acquisition, service road, and service station.
Move to close the agenda with conditions.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. On to public hearing, Ray Drive Extension, engineering case item 1. Motion to open the hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is open here. Presentation.
Good evening, everybody. It's my honor to present the public hearing with a brand new system here.
Can you guys hear?
Speak up.
I don't think this is working.
Yeah, now it is.
Good, awesome. Okay, here's my presentation for Ray Drive Extension. This is the location here. This is the location here. To north of Ray Drive, existing drive. This is Slumberland here. We're presenting sidewalk on the west side, and right next to the Arby's between Slumberland and Nichols Association, right south of the current Quick Trip. This is first of two hearings required by law, Minnesota State Statute 429, assessment procedures, and this is a proposed assessment, not the final. This project is to improve the surface and sidewalk surfaces and comply with the American Disability Act, decrease maintenance and improve reliabilities, and to provide safer truck route and detour during the Turnback project coming in 27, 28. We're planning on doing base reconstruction, sidewalk, driveways, and concrete pavement. And with this project, we had to acquire some right-of-ways from Slumberland and Quick Trip. Purchase agreement is all signed, and currently staff is working on finalizing and recording the documents to officially make that as a right-of-way. Assessment includes curb and gutter, driveway, sidewalk. There's no sanitary services, and outside of Center 24. Rate is based on the average fixed cost per foot of the frontage. And we're estimating about $350,000 for the total project cost. Assessment will be about $250,000. That comes down to about $175 per linear foot. And the city's obligated to pay about $100,000 for this project.
Is there any turn lanes like that, like right turn lanes, or?
Nope, this will be just 2-lane, long going north, one coming south, no parking. It's about 29 foot width from curb to curb. We didn't see any necessity of parking lanes at all. We eliminated the parking lanes.
This match the width of the existing Ray Drive going towards McDonald's,
Correct. Yes.
so to make it nice, even
Yes.
street
Yep.
all the way down.
And you'll be able to turn in properties like Arby's and Nichols from that road as well?
Nichols wanting to have another opening up a new driveway from this new road with closure of existing on the east side. And we will reconstruct the current Arby's driveway and Slumberland. So they have all the current access plus extra one with this project.
Move to approve the rate of extension.
Any testimonies? Joint Powers Transit Authority meeting minutes of January 23rd, 2025. Renewal application for on-sale beer license, Worthington Area Youth Baseball Association, application for temporary on-sale liquor license for St. Mary's, application for temporary on-sale liquor license, Nobles County Fair Association, application for temporary on-sale liquor license, Lake Ocabina, and 2025 private dock applications. Dock permits? No, dock permits, okay, right. And we've got financial statements, general fund statement of revenue and expenditures for the period of January 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2025. Municipal liquor store income statement for the period of January 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2025. Olson Park statement of revenue and expenditures, budget and actual for the period of January 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2025. Fieldhouse statement of revenue and expenditures, budget and actual for the period of January 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2025, and bills payable.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Okay. Administration.
All right, moving on to administration. The first case item is consideration of city participation and ownership options for a new arena or renovation of the existing ice arena. Staff's been working with their consultants HTG Architecture and Greystone Construction in the preparation of schematic plans and estimates of total project cost and various options for consideration by city council. These options include building a new ice arena, minimal renovations to the existing facility, and the third option is renovations and an addition to the existing facility. The final option, of course, is for the city to do nothing and not to participate. The options are as follows. Construct a new one-sheet facility, total project cost of $20,875,000. New facility would be approximately 48,000 square feet in total area with a single NHL-sized rink. Amenities include 4 visitor locker rooms, 2 varsity locker rooms, offices, vending, restrooms, refrigeration plant, ice resurfacer room, seating capacity of approximately 750 people. Second option is to renovate and construct an addition on the existing facility. Total project cost of $10,700,000. This option includes an addition to the south side of the existing building. It will include a new entry, lobby space, viewing area, offices, vending, and restrooms. The existing lobby and business and locker area will be renovated to accommodate 4 visitor locker rooms and 2 varsity locker rooms. Installation of a perimeter frost footing and new exterior insulated wall panels, removal and replacement of the existing rink slab and refrigeration system. Third option is to renovate and repair critical components of the existing facility that are needed to ensure a functioning arena with a 20 to 30-year life expectancy. That has a total project cost estimate of $6,700,000. This option includes installation of a perimeter frost footing and new insulated exterior wall panels, removal and replacement of the existing rink slab and refrigeration system. The fourth option is to do nothing, and the city council decide not to participate in an ice arena project. City staff have leased and operated the existing facility for the past 2 seasons and have budgeted for the 2025 operations. Over the course of 2 years of actual and 1-year projected revenue and expenses, the arena generates approximately $87,000 in revenue and $143,000 in expenses annually, resulting in a $53,000 deficit for a 6-month season. Staff's estimated operational budget for a new arena, staffed and operated for 12 months, has an estimated annual deficit of $155,000. Funding for either of the 3 options will come from several sources. Current projections for future local option sales tax revenue estimates that will have be approximately $2 million at the termination in 2030. Current reserve funds may be borrowed against future payments with sales tax collections. Other sources include undesignated reserve funds, on-hand, and bonding funds. Any option that the council may decide to pursue should include the condition that the city shall be the owner of the facility.
Council?
Well, I'm gonna stick with what we did last year. We don't know where our funding's coming in from the state or the federal, so I would designate $5 million of city money towards the facility.
Amy?
First of all, thank you guys for all coming, because you guys are the reason that we're having this discussion. Like, all you guys here, we appreciate you coming to the city council meetings. Number one, you get to figure out what we do here, and we appreciate you coming. As many of you know, I work in IT as my day job. A lot of what I do is black and white. It either works or it doesn't. There's not a lot of opinion about statistics either. Statistics are as objective as we can get, no feelings involved. So I've compiled the emails, texts, phone calls as of 5 o'clock this afternoon, the majority of which the rest of you guys have received as well. We have a total of 105 emails, texts, phone calls of people saying they do want a nice facility or they don't want a nice facility. In favor of those 105 total responses, 99 people said they want a new arena. 99 of those 105. 6 were opposed. We've encouraged people to reach out to us if they're for or against it. And I believe that they have spoken. We as council members are elected to represent you guys. All of which have the opportunity and were encouraged to let us know, 99 to 6. The message is loud and clear. We have clearly been told the direction we should go. Now it's our job as elected officials to figure out what we can do to make that happen. If we choose to help build a new arena, what's the best that could happen? What if we say yes and stand behind the project? What possibilities exist? We've been directed by our constituents to help position the project for success. We need to look at what the city can contribute while looking at the big picture. I would encourage council to consider investing $8 million to a new ice facility. We need to invest in our future. Our future is right here. Our kids, our grandkids, our friends, and our neighbors who call this city home. We need to invest in the economy of Worthington. To be forward thinkers, not to be afraid to take a step forward. What's the best that could happen? Over the past 15 or so years, we've made great progress in the amenities in town, and look at the lifestyle and economic impact that they have offered. Let's not stop that now. If the city commits $8 million, the school district has committed $5 million, that would give us a great momentum to tap into the other sources for the $7 million necessary to build a new arena. Steve shared with us the tax rate in regards to $5, $6, $7, and $8 million bonds. The increase from 5 to 8 is 2.4%. Committing $8 million would position the community to move forward. Committing only $5 million will essentially be telling everyone that we aren't fully committed to making this project happen, that they have clearly indicated they want and directed us to make happen in all those emails, texts, and phone calls. They have told us what they want. We need to believe in Worthington and show that belief by voting to help this project move forward. Agreeing to $8 million will show that belief. Again, what if we say yes? What's the best thing that could happen?
Thanks, Amy. I tend to agree with that as well. I know that the current facility anyways, all the buildings that are out there, you would throw $10 million at that, and you're gonna still have the same value of the outbuildings that are around it. You know, you just have a machine pit. It's not gonna create those buildings having any more worth out there. Our building is always gonna be a machine shed or pole barn, or it's not gonna be a $10 million building even if you put that money into an acre. And we've heard from a lot of people, everybody's gotten the same emails and stuff, and there's some substantial people out there that, have, the hockey associates back anyways. They're gonna be incredible fundraisers as well too, let alone, they want to see what the city will do, you know, and they're gonna follow suit, you know. If we are just gonna stick 5 million into it, they're gonna maybe stick 50,000 into it or something, you know. It is gonna explain to them that we're for that as well too, you know. Looking back at $6.2 million for a water park, and it might be open for 5 months during the summertime, but it's only usable when the weather's nice. Not probably too much revenue from that anyways, you know, where this facility is indoors and be utilized year round for, who knows what, sky's the limit anyways, you know. As long as if you have, people that promote that, then you can see by the response that we've got from the community that they're behind it 100%. And there's different people that we've heard from that, well, you know, and they've already seen the impact of bringing people to town anyways as far as what their business is doing. You know, we're finally seeing the door open up a little bit more with the city of Worthington for a lot of, some housing and stuff as well too, you know. So that's just, you know, we've got stuck and our state was closed down during COVID anyways, and it wasn't good. We're seeing a little bit of green lights here stuff, and like Steve said, you know, we have 40 million, something around that for the investments, you know, with all of our playground equipment stuff, and you can see how that has been utilized to its full standard. It just keeps going, you know, and we've got, Early Risers Kiwanis, so they did the fishing dock, and now they're putting in some cornhole boards and the playground equipment, stuff like that. You know, all these people are gonna get behind what we got going on here as well. So I think, you know, I would even go with 10 million and 2 sheets of ice, just for the fact that with building new, we're gonna have 2 sheets of ice right away until it comes out. You know, if it's not a big fix, we can fix that until the time comes to where we can afford that second sheet. And this new building will accommodate that. You know, when we built the fire station anyways, we're not a pole barn kind of town anyways, you know, so I went with the slabs, precast anyways, you know, if you get more of a solid building, it's gonna last a lot longer. I think the roofing that's on that has got a 50-year warranty anyways. You know, we were trying to partner with Sanford Hospital and stuff, but they didn't see that in their budget anyways, you know, so you could build accordingly, you know, for future additions anyways, but this just opens up so much opportunities anyway, especially with on our property, you know, and out by the interstate, it's got high visibility. You know, I know of a couple of different restaurants that want to relocate. You know, and if that's the case, there's going to be people that want to come to town and build their restaurant or a hotel or motel anyways. And the property is out there, you know, and why did we expand our city if we're not going to use the property that we've got annexed in anyways? You know, especially with, you know, we're kind of limited with what properties are along Homestead anyways, you know, that's the hot ticket right there, you know, but down Ryan's Road, and once we get a building out there, you know, let's just say, you know, it's gonna open up parking lots, you know, I can see a classic car drive-in utilizing parking lots out there, have a couple of them at the time of year, like, working with, Forbidden Barrel, they got a lot of good stuff going on, you know, had good report from, Brett on Wednesday anyways too, you know, and a lot of you folks too, you know, you're thinking positive, you know, and you've got a lot of, tenacity, you know, to keep moving with this, you know, and I'd like to do the $8 million and, you know, sky's the limit, you know, it just will open up to even people that probably don't even do business or have businesses in town anyways, but, to go after something like that, you know, it's all about the kids anymore, you know, so they've got a very good structure, it's a secure facility anyways, and, it's a win-win. Mike?
To your point, we've heard from them, you know, and the overwhelming response is yes, we want to do.
Let's make it happen.
But we need to also be responsible stewards of the taxpayers' money. this point in time, I'm for new construction. But I wanna address an email I got today. At what point are you guys going to stop hindering the growth of Worthington? Do we not want to grow this town and thrive? Let me tell you, over the last 10, 12, 15 years, we've made housing developments happen on the west side with 40 or 50 lots ready to go, another 40 that could be hooked up sooner than later. Cecily Street extension, tax increment financing that helps developers get started and build their new buildings in town. We've never said no to that. Tax abatement, we've never said no to that. Movie theater, event center, Memorial Auditorium upgrades, the pool's not a small thing. Indoor field house, parks, splash pad, trails, street improvements, support our summer events. That's what the city's done. And a lot of that you can give thanks to Steve Robinson when he started. We make the decision, but he makes them happen. And his staff helps make them happen. And I think my red line is $5 million from the tax levy. Now, depending on the support from the other public entities in town, I would look at additional funding from our sales tax proceeds, which is probably approaching $2 million. I think if they get anywhere close within $2 million, it'd be a no-brainer for us to throw that at the project. So that gets them closer. But I think it's high time that the rest of the public entities in this town step up. And I think we know all who they are. And if they step up good, and we can get close, that $2 million from sales tax, which doesn't affect the tax levy, I think is available, in my mind. I think at this point, we concentrate on the new construction. Fundraising needs to get started in earnest and move on.
I agree with Mike, and I think we need a time limit on fundraising so we can move forward. We want to set a time, a date, end of December of this year, or, make a deadline for this month.
As far as the deadline.
You can establish, the funds that you commit can have a sunset date on them, yes.
Pick December 31st of 2025. That gives them 8 months to raise the money.
So what happens if we say 8 million, 2 million come out of asset sales tax? City goes for 6 right now, and there might be other places to take another million out.
I think we need to step back and put pressure on the other public entities.
I think we
The
can
city
still
of
do that.
Worthington's putting in $5 million out of taxpayers' money. The school district is putting in $5 million out of taxpayer money. I think the rest of the public entities, we need to find out what they're gonna do. We need to keep the pressure on.
We need to make sure that this project moves forward.
Yeah.
And if we put 6 million in, plus the 2 million half cent sales tax, it's 8 million, 5 million from the school, we're at 13 million. That's another 7.5 million that needs to be raised. That either public entities or fundraising or private industries, but I think it puts us in a position, puts the whole project in a position that it can succeed. If we don't invest the correct amount, then the project is not gonna move forward. We need to be cognizant of that. What did I say? 99 out of 105 people want this ice arena, a new ice arena. They have spoken, what can we do to ensure that it happens? And
or were they out-of-town residents?
The vast majority were Worthington residents. A couple do say, I live in Brewster, or I live in the country. A couple of them did say that, but I would say maybe 5 said that.
And their grandkids would probably play hockey, a response from Jackson.
I agree with what Mike's saying, and it goes to, for committing 5 million, Mike said if you get another 2 million down the road, if the money's raised, that's committing 7 million, 5 from the school, that's $12 million. Let's see what the people can raise. If they can get close, then you got a negotiation plan. If they can't, then we know where it's standing.
I would make a motion to commit $5 million towards a new construction. At this point, with the option of coming back for additional money.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and second.
Chris, we haven't heard from you.
Do you want to put a sunset on that, on the putting the onus on the association or whoever to fundraise up to a certain point and see where they're at? 'Cause that would speak volumes into the community effort backing into,
I believe it was December 31st, deadline.
He has to approve that.
Amy?
I'll approve that.
Approve that, okay.
Are we also committing the $2 million of half-cent sales tax to make it essentially
The
7 million?
option to come back for the 2 million.
but not initially.
Not initially.
It's not guaranteed.
Not initially.
What's the threshold of public funding, raising funding that would trigger us also putting the $2 million in from asset sales tax? What's that trigger look like? Because right now it's pretty arbitrary.
You gotta raise it 20.8, you got a total of 20.7 million, so there's 10 committed. If they can get at least 10.7 raised, they can get within that $8.5 to $9 million, and we're there.
We're not setting the threshold today. We want to leave it a little bit open. I mean, if they get to 18 million, are we gonna say no?
I don't know.
That wouldn't make sense.
I don't know. That's not what you guys haven't specifically stated anything other than $5 million. And that's pretty vague.
With the option to come back.
We didn't have to vote.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably the last best chance we're gonna have to get a new ice.
And we can ensure that if we have a better chance by committing just a little bit more.
I wanna see what funding is out there from the other public entities.
Let's see what is raised.
But we could commit $8 million, $2 million of it coming from half-cent sales tax, and they still have to raise a lot of money.
We're committing 5 million outside the taxpayers, so
Otherwise, you're gonna wait to see what we do in the long term as well too, you know, some of them they might drag their feet as far as what they feel like they should put in.
The point being, they won't have to sit and wait. They can start fundraising, or, because if their goal is new, they can start raising funds, hitting pavement, and you know,
And they have their.
hit the brush, see what flies out, you know, as far as, who else in the community is gonna phone you up. I think we need to continue to hold on and remember what the end goal is to have, an updated and long-term viable facility, that's gonna provide that recreational, opportunities for the Worthington residents. Of course, ice-based mostly, in the off-season, or non-ice times of the year, you know, facility, can be used for other things. I'm personally partial to the total remodel, the 10.7 option. just because I think we get more bang for our buck and it's not a patch job. It is a total remodel. It is not a renovation, it's a total remodel. The only part that will look familiar is part of the exterior, part of it, not the entire thing. It would totally we have the same firm draw up plans for a remodel project that came up with the new build, HTG. And they've been there since the beginning, nearly the beginning, with listening sessions, and took all that information back and drew up plans for the new construction. And then they answered the call when we wanted to send it back to them to see what the cost of our total remodel would be. And of course they didn't forget about what they learned during those sessions where they got together with representatives of the hockey association from the city, from the schools, sports entities. So there's, like I said, I think we get more bang for our buck there. But I'm open to if with the new bill and if the group can come up with pledges and get within really digging dirt to the point of where it makes it feasible. Yeah, later on, I'd be open to an additional $2 million from. So.
Just on like new data regarding new arena versus remodel versus not specified in those 99 emails, phone calls, texts that were in favor of an arena, like spending money on this. One said they preferred a remodel, and 4 just didn't say if they wanted a remodel or a new arena. So they just didn't specify that. So the other 94 people specifically indicated they wanted a new arena. So that's what.
I'm sorry, I wasn't on the listserv in the general email that went out to everybody. So
Well,
I
the
know
one that
wasn't.
came from city council, all the ones that came from city council.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
That part. Yes, their talking point is going to be they want new, and who doesn't want brand spanking new? Yeah, I get that. But there's a cost at that.
Yeah, there is.
The 21 million compared to.
And a lot of the emails mentioned, I don't really want to rate my taxes raised, but I believe in investing in the city of Worthington. And we have to listen to what these guys are saying. They're telling us what they want. So,
And it's not a forever tax either.
no, it's not a
You know,
forever tax.
it's $250 a year. You know, right there now, let's say.
We've got a motion on it,
Right.
There's a
That
motion
discussion.
out there,
Yep.
motion different.
and I believe the motion said new construction.
Yes, it did.
Says $5 million towards new construction and with the option to come back for more funding.
Is sales
And
tax.
you're giving her until December 31st, 2025.
Larry, I haven't heard from you. Where are you at on this?
Well, I think I look over to the crowd out here, and I don't see any of my constituents out here.
Yeah, they are.
Who?
All of them are constituents.
I think he's talking about his district, if there's any that live in his district.
Yeah. I guess I'd go with I'd have to go with the remodel.
Okay, so we have a
I'll
motion.
call the question.
Pardon me?
I'll call the question.
Motion and a second.
We have a motion and a second, can we have a roll call vote?
Okay, roll call vote.
Aye.
Good.
Minnie runs it.
Okay,
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Larry?
Aye.
Gail?
Yes.
Reverse engineering.
Alright. My second item is to receive reports and order hearing on East Flower Lane Extension Project. During the council meeting on December 23, 2024, council passed a resolution to order a feasibility report on the East Flower Lane Extension Project. Council is requested to receive the report and order improvement hearing required by state statute 429 to proceed with the assessment project. Included as Exhibit 2-1 is a feasibility report on the proposed project of East Flower Lane extension from West Gateway Drive to approximately west of 1,300 feet. Proposed improvements involve water main, water services, sanitary sewer main, sanitary sewer services, storm retention pond, road base with base grading, curb and gutter, sidewalk, concrete driveways, and permanent pavement. Assessment will not commence until the full scope of work is completed. The reports provide comprehensive information on the proposed improvements, including cost, funding, estimated assessment rates, and city share, along with the related improvements. Staff recommends that the council accept the report and pass the resolution showing Exhibit 2-2 to receive the report and call for hearings on the proposed improvements. These hearings are scheduled to be held at the May 12, 2025, 5:30 p.m. council meeting.
Questions?
They'll work it developers timeline,
Pardon?
work it to the developers timeline.
Correct, yes.
Motion, developer's not intending to have units available for lease until August 1st of 2026.
Motion to approve the report and order hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
My third item is to approve task order 33 with Bolton and Mank to provide engineering services for no-rise certificate. Council is requested to approve task order number 33, exhibit 3 with Bolton and Mank for professional engineering service to support the city's request for FEMA reimbursement related to the Olson Park washout repair. The washout occurred in last year's summer, and the total repair cost is estimated at approximately $99,000. As part of FEMA's reimbursement process, a no-rise certificate must be submitted verifying that the repair project does not include flood level within the floodplain. Task order number 33, not to exceed $14,000, outlines Bolton and Mank's scope of work, which includes conducting a bathymetric survey, developing pre- and post-project floodplain models, and preparing memorandum and supporting documentations required to obtain the no-rise certificate from FEMA. The work under this task order is accepted to be completed by June 2nd, 2025. Staff recommends approval of task order number 33 and Exhibit 3 as prepared.
Can I just ask, what's a no-rise certificate?
This was new to me too, and since everything washed away and then our construction limit was within the route of the water, collecting the water and gets out to the lake. Since we touched the water path, FEMA wants to make sure that any construction didn't rise where the water goes throughout. So the rest of the plain doesn't get floods from the construction we did. So
Did not impact the floodplain.
No,
Right. Thus, the no rise, which I had never heard of myself.
Had to ask.
Yeah, well, I asked the same question.
I would move to approve task order number 33.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
My next item is to approve task order 34. Council is requested to approve task order number 34 in Exhibit 4 with Bolton and Mank for professional engineering service related to the design and development of public infrastructure improvements in coordination with the private development project. scope of services includes preparation of the feasibility report, final design plans, permitting, and bidding assistance. Fulton Bank has been serving as the lead design consultant for the developer, given their ongoing involvement. Consolidating the public improvements design with Fulton Bank will streamline project coordination and eliminating efficiency associated with multiple layers of communication. Task Order 34, not to exceed $95,000, outlines professional services to be completed by June 30th, 2025. Construction inspection for the project will be performed in-house by city staff. Staff recommends approval of Task Order 34 and Exhibit 4 as presented.
This is East Flower Lane Associated.
Correct.
Move to approve task order number 32.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Last item is to approve purchase agreement for right-of-way acquisition for Service Road and Service Drive extension. Council is requested to approve the purchase agreement in Exhibit 5 with Roger Baskey and Ann Baskey, owner of Viking Car Credit, for the acquisition of right-of-way necessary to conduct the Service Road and Service Drive extension project. In order to complete the proposed road alignment, the city must acquire a portion of the land currently owned by the Baskeys. And an independent appraisal was conducted, which determined the fair market value of the required property to be $50,000. Staff recommends approval of the purchase agreement as presented in Exhibit 5 to secure the right-of-way needed for the project and to maintain the project schedule.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. On to committee reports, nothing other than participated in the proclamation for Arbor Day down at the JVS Schoolhouse. They actually planted a couple of, I'm not sure if it's an oak tree.
Yep.
Anyway,
Oak trees, and part of the Silent Oak
yeah.
Society that a local group has here, so.
Yes, thank you, yep, very good. We had the fourth graders from St. Mary's.
Yes.
Very nice.
Second.
Second graders.
Second.
I wasn't sure.
And Studio 3 participated in that Arbor Day along with some job shadowers from Westbrook, so that was nice that they could come along.
Nice, yeah, job, yeah.
No report.
Nice.
I just wanted to comment a little bit on these financials. I should have did it earlier, but I was impressed with the liquor store. Their operating income is much better, like 50–75% better with flat sales or even lower sales. So that means someone's really keeping their eye on it. And also the charges for services and miscellaneous revenue, getting a lot more rentals, contracts signed and paid for, so my hat's off.
Chris?
Had the joint power streams at board meetings last week. They're just have been gathering. They have a group that's been collecting information for them and analyzing the information for them about where their ridership is from, and to more specifically than we think they're coming from here. We think they're coming. This is more hard data for them to analyze, and the study is being paid for by a grant, I think a DOT grant. And the end goal for them at this time is to more efficiently do a bus route. Whether that's still the way we think they should go or not is to be seen. But the Dial Ride has been extremely successful within Burlington. And there's no question about that should continue
I have no report, thank you.
All right. Okay, turn.
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.